We begin in eastern Ukraine, where a major dam in the Kherson region has been destroyed. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky will hold an emergency meeting to discuss the situation, and as you can see, water pouring out from the breach, threatening the lives of thousands of people. Ukrainian officials are planning evacuations and telling residents near the Nova Kakhofka dam to do everything you can to save your life. Right now, both Ukraine and Russia blaming each other for what both describe as a terrorist attack. Let's get you more on these developments that are unfolding right now, where we're joined by Claire Sebastian in London. Claire, do we know what caused the breach, and can you situate this for us? Where is the dam with respect to the front lines?
It's pretty much on the front lines, Layla. It's on the edge of the Dnieper River, just on the southern bank, and it supplies water to the Kherson region and to Russian-occupied Crimea in the south, as well as, of course, power from the hydroelectric power plant. It is also south of the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant, which relies on water from its reservoir for cooling, even though, of course, the power plant is right now in various stages of shutdown. So a really critical piece of infrastructure. It has been occupied, though, by Russia since pretty much the beginning of this war.
I want to start with the latest news that we have now from Ukraine. Just looking at these images from this dam which has been breached, according to the Ukrainians, they did this. It has been under threat from both Ukrainian and Russian forces for some time now. We now have this claim that the Ukrainians have carried out this operation to breach the dam, sending water gushing down what is believed to be the Dnieper River towards the area of Kherson. Okay, so why would they do this? What is the military advantage here? And is this some kind of indication to you that this is the start in earnest of this long-awaited spring offensive by the Ukrainians to force the Russians out of Ukraine?
Yeah, I think it's certainly an indicator, John, that something like this, is underway, that a counteroffensive or a major military operation is definitely going on. The breach of the dam is very interesting, because normally you would expect the Russians to do something like this, to flood the area so that it would be very difficult for the Ukrainians to cross the Dnieper River in the areas below the dam and downstream from the dam. This is something that becomes very interesting, because it's going to be difficult for the Ukrainians to do what they should be doing, but it's also going to be difficult for the Russians to move their forces into, let's say, parts of the Kherson region that they vacated back in the fall. So this is going to be, I think, a very significant development, and it could also gravely impact the civilian infrastructure in the area.
There's been some speculations that the Ukrainians could do this and then follow up with amphibious vehicles as part of this attack, which kind of would then make sense of it all, wouldn't it?
To some extent, it would, yes, because perhaps they've measured things out so that it would make sense from an amphibious vehicle standpoint to have enough water surface to go across and do things that way. So that is something that perhaps was part of the calculations, by the Ukrainian engineers to do this, if that indeed is what happened here.